Hello and welcome to PlayPSVR, the podcast. This is the For the Ladies edition, so stick around. Oh, I'm NatBratt.
And it's PlayPSVR2, the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my, right off the bat.
Uh-oh.
But you are right. This is for the ladies. Alex, we tried to find a ladies' man, and you were the best we had. So right off the bat, it's not doing well. What's your best pickup line right now?
My best pickup line?
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish you would have asked me before. I used to have amazing ones. Now it's just like, hey, I got an extra spiced potato soft taco at Taco Bell. Do you want it? And then
I think that's a pretty good pickup line.
Okay. What on a scale of 0 to 10, Nat? Where do you rate that?
9.
9.
I mean,
what?
Food.
It's
okay. How about this one?
It's humble, but it's also caring and giving. It really sets the bar for like what our first date's going to be.
Adam, what was your best pickup line?
Okay, how about this? Are you a bank loan? Because you're gaining my interest.
Oh.
Come on, that's good, right?
That's a 5.
What? Okay. So obviously I normally enter with some type of comedy because I am the Sinbad of this podcast. And so I have a little joke for you, okay? So what did the Terminator say when someone walked into the grocery store and asked where the milk is?
I don't know.
I think I know, but I don't want to ruin the joke.
I'll be back.
Okay, that's what I was going to say, but what?
I think it'd be more like in the back, right?
Yeah, it's like, no, I'll be.
Oh, like in the back of I'll be.
I'll be back. Oh my! What is happening?
What?
You rated my pickup line a 5? 4 spots, but we need a new woman. Are we sure this is who we want to represent the demographic? What is happening?
So, Adam, let's just introduce her a little bit. NatBratt, thank you for joining us. We had you on previously with the podcast where we discussed whole games.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about Spyro with us. Thank you. Without you, I never would have played Spyro.
Spyro's the best.
It was great. It might still be on Spotify if people want to try to hunt it down. Just don't say that you got sent there by us because we'll get sued. I don't know how to take things off Spotify, to be honest. And so, yeah, you joined us for that, and then we took that down as best we could. But you are the better half of our guy Jay Bratt, right?
Yes.
And you are on a podcast with him. Is that correct?
Yes, Full Dive Gaming Podcast.
Excellent.
We talk about VR games.
Yeah, not just PSVR, right?
Not just PSVR2.
Yeah, because we cover that.
All the VR.
All of VR. Okay. All right. So you're on there. Is there anywhere else that people can find you?
I guess technically on Instagram, but that's like very boring. So
okay. So if they want more,
Full Dive.
If you're listening to this and you want more NatBratt, which you probably do, Full Dive Gaming Podcast.
Full Dive Gaming Podcast. We barely ever post on social media, but we have new podcast episodes like 2 times a month-ish.
There you go. That's perfect. That's almost more prolific than us. I think we try to do weekly, ends up being once a month or something like that.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Podcast, man.
Yeah, it's just for your auditory pleasure. You're not paying anything for this. Nobody's paying for this. You get it for free. You get this treasure for free.
Be happy with 2 a month, if that. Yeah, it's free.
It's free. So, Adam, what are we doing for the next segment? Sorry, I just want to make sure we properly introduced her before we moved on.
Just like I asked my last girlfriend, give me one more shot here, okay? Here. What do you get when you cross a brown chicken and a brown cow?
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Bob Saget. I was afraid maybe you knew that one. Well, but she laughs at that one. Well, I'll be back. She doesn't laugh. I thought you were gonna like even snort. Like that is a good joke. I don't care what you say.
I love puns, joke. But that one.
It was amazing. Is it the accent?
I want to hear you do the brown chicken, brown cow.
No, she ruined it.
How would you have answered it? I want to hear it. Adam, imagine I didn't hear the answer. I don't know. What happens when you cross
I'm gonna be a fetus plumber. We're gonna move on with the podcast. What is your gamma juice? Mine is barf. I thought about making a mocktail, because it's Valentine's Day, but then I have been holding this since I went to Jungle Gyms like 4 months ago, and I'm sorry, I'm doing it. It looks disgusting.
Ew.
Great chunky flavor.
Oh no. What is it? Is it like
It's horrible.
Oh no. Is it like the barf bean from Bean?
No, it's not. It's nothing. Thankfully, nothing that bad.
Ew, but it's chunky.
It's not really chunky. It's some type of citrus or berry.
I mean, that doesn't sound bad.
I know, but then when you taste it, like, it's not the worst thing I've had by any means, but I mean, it's not great.
Moving on. My gamer juice. My gamer juice is a Cafe Bustelo espresso instant coffee. So for those,
are you just scooping it?
So I scoop it. Yeah, I scoop it into a pitcher. Can you see the pitcher?
Oh.
Mix it with water, and then we got nice little romantic glass. The ladies want wine, but I am an old man, and to keep up, not keep it up, just to keep up, stay awake. I down the iced coffee.
Look at that cool cup.
Stupid background. What am I gonna have to do to get you to get rid of the virtual background?
Buy me a green screen. I am in the process of fixing that. I gotta clean up
the
my
green
background.
screen. You'll just use another virtual background.
No.
The virtual background.
No, I won't be a virtual background then.
So it's just gonna be a green screen behind you.
No, not a green screen. I'm gonna have my real wall with all my Krillins on it. Which, NatBratt, you go say you're just hanging out with some dude. You meet some dude at the bar, and you go back to his place. You walk in, and you see on his wall a full wall of nothing but you know Krillin from Dragon Ball Z, a bunch of Dragon Ball Z action figures of the bald guy Krillin.
Oh,
is that
yeah.
Is that like I'm here to hang out, or is that like I'm here to nope out?
I mean,
nope. It's a no.
Are we gonna watch Dragon Ball Z? Because I mean, I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z in a while.
Whatever it takes to get them to stay. Yeah, we'll watch Dragon Ball Z and chill.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just need to know because that's going to be my wall when I get it ready is a bunch of Krillin action figures.
Everyone will love it. I think ladies' viewership will increase.
Bam.
Did you two strike a deal before we went live or something? What is happening? I feel like it's Adam versus the world here. Nat, what's your drink?
Well, I have, because I'm sick. I had a fever yesterday.
Oh, dang.
I am drinking tea in this pretty thing. What is this called? Tumbler?
Tumbler.
And it is pretty. Look, it's pretty.
Ooh.
It's red.
Why is that tea so red? What kind of tea is it?
It is a blend of passion fruit something and peach turmeric or something. But it's the passion fruit that gives it the pretty color.
Nice. Adam, what does passion fruit do? Is that good for your prostate like all the other fruit drinks you drink?
No, I don't. I think it's not bad for your prostate, but I don't think it's good for it. Now, I am willing to bet that you probably got your fever from sucking face with NatBratt on Valentine's Day, huh? I bet he
probably.
Yeah.
Probably. He's been sick for like a month.
Oh, I was joking, but he really did. That dirty scoundrel. That scallywag.
I had like the same symptoms that he had. Like, it was almost a month ago that he started out with, which was like a low-grade fever and a sore throat. And so he had that, and then he had like an eye infection and an ear infection.
He had SARS.
He had
the
antibiotics, like 2 rounds of antibiotics, and he still has a cough. So he was like really worried. He's like, "Oh no."
That sounds like sick for a month. That's the symptoms of love. That's what it sounds like. That's what happens to me when I fall in love.
True.
I get eye infection.
And hey, I've got good news. Nat doesn't like my jokes, but someone does. Nat, you want to know who that is? Maddie Matt 2323. Matty Matt's longtime listener. He told us last episode, I'm stealing that frog joke because he liked it. It was good. Someone appreciates my jokes.
What was the frog joke, Adam?
Oh, what does a perverted frog say?
Rub it, rub it.
Yeah. Very funny.
I know because I listened to that episode.
Yeah, it's very good.
I not remember that.
Are you kidding me? It was at the end of the episode.
You blocked it out. You blocked it out.
I blocked it out. I was getting antsy trying to close out the episode before Adam said something that got us demonetized again.
The free F you. Okay. How about you take over Shafe Dogs and I'll hit Shaky Burns.
Is Shafe Dog the Synapse S rank?
Yeah.
Thankfully, you didn't put it in microscopic font.
I know, and then now he still can't read it.
Yeah. Shafe Dog said, "Yo, Adam, Synapse does not require an S rank on all levels. I think you just need to reach S level once. Also, the story requires 3 complete runs to finish, but you don't have to do that for the Platinum Trophy either." Adam, with that in mind, are you going to get the Platinum Trophy on Synapse?
You know, I've gone off on the wayside and not following the Platinum Trophies. Trust me, I est hard, I think. Actually, I don't know if I did. I probably not. I'm still going to play the game. Still great game. Super fun game. Great replay value, but I'm probably not going to platinum it.
Have you played Synapse, NatBratt?
Oh, is that the one where at the beginning there's like water and there's like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get like telekinesis and stuff?
Yeah. I played it very briefly, but it was very cool.
Okay, good. It's like one of the best games, yeah. Mm-hmm. You should play it some more. You know what? Let's kill the podcast right now. Play it some more. Come back when you've beaten it.
Okay.
Yeah. Love it. Shaky Burn. Shaky Burn 776 says, great show as always. Keep it up. And some type of emoji. I don't know what that is.
Ooh, emoji.
It's like the like emoji. Like the open mouth emoji.
Like, wow, this is great.
Is that your mom's? Is that your mom's mouth?
This is why we needed a lady on the episode for the ladies podcast, because Adam's going to keep coming at us with stuff like that.
Exactly. Okay, here we're going to dive into the. I feel bad. I promise you, VR is coming, guys. I promise. I mean, we're at least now partially scathing VR, but I've got a quick airing of grievance. I was sitting this week, and what really burns my buns is that every metaphor that we use, like, it's old. No one comes up with new metaphors. It's always the heart of gold. Life is a highway. Chicken or the egg. These have been around when my freaking grandma existed, dog. Can we not come up with some new freaking metaphors? And to jumpstart the movement, I've written some myself. I'll let Nat tell me if they're good or not. She's going to say no because I don't know what her problem is tonight. The cold night smacked Alex's mom in the face like a shard. Pretty good. Alex's mom has that tuna fish complexion. Not bad. Alex's mom's bra left little room for imagination or lunch. Not bad. When I'm around Alex's mom, I'm more nervous than Simba's mother in a room full of rocking chairs.
That one's an old one. That one's from X-Men.
What?
Yeah, long tail cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I mean, I amassed a bunch of info. I didn't come up with that one myself, obviously.
Did you
I didn't know it was an old one.
to come up with those?
He definitely did.
I don't have ChatGPT. I hate that they make you have an account. I'm not getting an account to use it. It should be like effing Google. You should be able to pull up chatgpt.com and freaking, that's my new airing of effing grievance. That is so stupid. F off. You imbecile. Yeah, I hope they go bankrupt and their families go hungry. I still want them to have food and food banks and shelters and stuff. So stupid. You should be able, like everything else, Ask Jeeves, Bing, Google, Amazon, everything. You just go in, you type the question, and it gives you an answer. Do you think I need an account on Wolfram Alpha? No. You think I need an account on Ask Jeeves, which does still exist? No. You don't need an account for any of this stuff. It's optional, But that is garbage. So you know what? F you, ChatGPT. No, I did not use it. No, I will never use it. And every time Alex mentions it, because he loves the software, I bomb it in my mouth some. And by God, you asked me to pay for it, and I'm gonna blow. I'm gonna explode. I'm not spending $55 on Legendary Tales just so Alex actually has a friend to play with. I'm not doing it.
What's that have to do with ChatGPT?
Because they want me to pay too. Everyone wants me to pay. Let's just all let Adam pay. Valentine's dates, games, common internet websites. It's just effing garbage. And then taxes want me to pay money. What is this? Where are we in communist China? What is happening?
How much did you pay for your Valentine's date?
I didn't have one this year.
And it was still too much for Adam.
I should have been paid. Anyhow, sorry. So I really do think the metaphors we need to start making some more. But Alex, you have, I think.
Yeah, this one I'm not going to get too heated about it. Valentine's Day flower prices. Listen, you gotta I gotta get flowers for my wife. Any other week of the year, I can get like a dozen roses for like $5 or $6, and then suddenly a Valentine's Day, the price of those things go up to like $30, $35. I could buy Synapse for that. I could buy about 5 games on sale for that, and that's gonna last me longer.
A year of ChatGPT.
Not a year, maybe like a month and a half.
Oh,
wait, does ChatGPT cost money?
The Plus version does. It can upload like images and stuff like that, and it can make images. It can actually make metaphors for you if you aren't a doofus.
Well,
It did make a metaphor. I listened to something. They had a metaphor, and I thought it was pretty good. It said, she walked down the hallway like a vinyl record sliding into its sleeve.
That's a simile.
Oh, yeah, effing rock, nerd. During the break, going into segment 2, you use ChatGPT to come up with some metaphors, and then we'll compare mine versus ChatGPT. Nat will decide who wins.
Ooh, fun!
If ChatGPT wins, you eat a bean, I win, or no, reverse it. If you win, I eat a bean, and vice versa. That way someone will eat a bean.
Yeah,
fun.
you'll give me 3. I'll have ChatGPT generate 3. I'll read them, and she will decide which one.
I already read you the 3. I wrote the rocking chair one. But
if they're a simile, I give 0 points.
Oh, yeah!
Uses like or as. That's not a metaphor.
Oh, wait, no. Did I do... Anyhow, Nat, what's your airing of grievance?
Okay. I am very upset that PSVR2 doesn't have Astrobot.
Oh,
why?
You even have one. He's adorable.
Look at this beautiful baby boy.
Yes.
Why is he not on PSVR2? He is a mascot. He is adorable. And Astrobot was my favorite game on PSVR1. Can't even play it on PSVR2, which I know, like, it's all different, like, controls and stuff, so whatever. But, like, this should have been the first game. This should have been available at launch. I don't freaking care about what's it called that was available at launch with the... What is that one? With
Astro's Playroom?
No.
Gran Turismo?
No. The one with the arrows, and at the beginning of it, you're in like the boat, and there's like the
Horizon, Call of the Mountain.
Yeah, that. Like, that's cool and all, but I just want Astrobot. Give us Astrobot.
I love they're missing a key. Everyone wants it. That's the thing. Look at him. Like, it is I would argue he could be the Mario killer, and they're not going to do it.
So
I agree.
There were rumors this past week that they are going to be announcing an Astrobot this year at some point. And I think the discussion is, do they make Astrobot just for PSVR 2, or do they make a full-fledged Astrobot game that can be played on like PS5, like a flat game, but it's hybrid, so you can then also play it in VR as well? Do you have a preference, NatBratt? Because my thing is the flat hybrid will increase the production values of Astrobot because they know they'll recoup that investment by having a wider audience. Are you interested in that, or do you just want a full-blown VR-only Astrobot?
I just want VR only. Like, I feel like all of the things that, like, the controllers do... Well, I guess the controllers still have, like, the haptic feedback and, like, all that stuff. Like, it should be, Astrobot needs to be there. Like, that was the thing I was most excited about when they announced PSVR2. I was like, I want to play Astrobot 2 because I beat Astrobot 1 and it took me forever to beat it because I am terrible and I like play really good games for like 2 days and then I don't go back to it forever. But we need it.
Yeah.
Then maybe people will buy PSVR 2. Come on.
So the thing is, I feel like if they make it a flat version game, it is going to do as well as Sackboy, which wasn't bad. Some people liked it, but I don't think in VR is what made it special.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's going to have this just huge effect, and it's going to become like common now where there's more and more Astro games. Whereas they make it in VR, it's exceptional, and then we've been craving it.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they don't wait long. I mean, they should have done it by now.
Yes.
I mean, it's been out for what? A year now. So at maybe the 1 year anniversary of the PSVR 2 is when they should say, boom, it's coming. It should be launched, but whatever.
I was hoping it would at least come out during the holidays.
Yeah.
And then it didn't. And I was like, why?
I mean, Resident Evil, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I am surprised we've heard nothing officially about Astrobot 2. Like, they got to be doing something, right? Like, that team, that's what they do, is Astrobot stuff. And they do every time Sony has new equipment, they make an Astrobot thing for it. So it's pretty disappointing that nothing's been announced. I think it'd be much better if it was VR only. Of course, I'm biased, but things like, hitting things with your head, that would be cool. Now that we have sense controllers that you can rely on the location of those, you have Astro running around with your analog stick, you reach out and like grab enemies out of the way from him and stuff like that, or throw things for him to grab. Stuff like that would be really nice. So,
although I really did like Astro's Playroom, the one where like one person's in VR and other people.
Yeah, that multiplayer. Yeah.
That is really cool because then you like get everybody involved and it's not so like solo. Yeah, they need to do it.
Hopefully they will, because I've been wanting it for a long time. That's how you get people up in there. Now, we have a series of listener questions that are VR related. We're wondering if you could, it starts to go into the women's perspective of not just gaming, but VR. So that's where, again, the episode made for women here. Alex, why don't you start us off and then elaborate as much as you want, Nat. They could be quick hitters, and we could extend this into the second segment too if we need. But we've got a whole list. Are you ready to get barraged and represent the female gender?
I am ready.
All right. Thank you, Nat. So first one, kind of a segue off of what we just discussed. It's 1 year of the PSVR 2s coming up, and we're worried about unit adoption, right? And so we want to know, how can Sony tap into 50% of that market out there, right? That 50% that is women. They need to target women. So in that spirit, what do women want?
We need games about periods. Because
you mean grammar, right?
And commas and semicolons and colons.
The Oxford comma can get the F out of here, sister.
I love the Oxford comma. So
okay, the Oxford comma can get the F in here, sister.
No, I mean we need a game where you can like toss tampons at things and stuff.
I think that would be quite a novel game, right? Like we have some of these grotesque games, like Suicide Guy VR or something. I think there would be a novelty if they had a.
Here's what you do. You take the garbage games like Job Simulator. They just keep remaking that. Make one where you're a woman with all these issues and you got to breastfeed and you have periods and you like, I'm afraid to go much farther because I don't want to just get ripped apart by being sexist. So I'm going to stop there.
That's perfect. That's perfect, Adam.
You have games where guys like Adam come up and try to convince you to come back to his house, or you go into some guy's house and you got to look around the room, find out what's wrong with it. Oh, there's a bunch of Krillins over there. Yeah, that's going to be my excuse to leave.
Dude walks up. Hey, did you hear about Kenya?
Kenya what?
Can you drag these nuts across your face?
No. Oh, Adam, when you edit that, please bleep that out.
Can I not say that?
I don't know, man.
Well, hey, I mean, I wouldn't say that, but that's how the game is going to portray a man. Anyhow, going back, what? So I don't know if you're serious or not. What else other than having a game about periods and breastfeeding?
Okay, I don't know that anyone actually wants that, but I think more games that are not just, I mean, some women like the shooter games, sure. But maybe something besides shooter games, maybe stuff that's more like story-driven games. Like, I feel like we don't have enough of those.
I just thought of something we're going to do in the second segment. We're going to convince you to play more PSVR2 because I think, like, puzzling places, is that something you would like where I think that's even on the Quest. I don't know if you've played it, but you're putting together a 3D puzzle like in life. Is that of interest or is that too boring?
I mean, that sounds like something I would play once and then never play again. But I do that way too often anyway, so.
Okay. Do you how about these things? Alex played some, what do you call them? Graphical novels?
Visual novel. Dyschronia, yeah.
Is that like your thing, or do you mean something more like Before Your Eyes, or that one women, maybe would like?
That was a good one. It was very depressing, but it was a nice, it was a story. Like, there's something happening other than just murdering people.
I see what you're saying. Nice. It doesn't have to be a visual novel, right? It doesn't have to be, like, the gameplay doesn't have to only be story, but maybe a game that is more story up front. Like, did you ever play the game Invisible Hours? I think it was out on PSVR. Also, it might have hit Quest or something like that, too. But it was basically a murder mystery.
Oh, and yes.
You really don't, and all you can do is really fast forward or rewind time, but you can fly around the area. I thought that was an excellent story-based game. That was like
that was a cool game.
It was best in VR. Yeah, I think more stuff like that. I don't want to say it's going to appeal to women, but I can certainly understand why women maybe grow tired of the shooting games, the machismo games. Yeah,
yeah, and especially ones that are multiplayer because there can be dudes that are
lot of Adams running around in there.
Wait, actually, no. I actually would like to know a woman's perspective. Is it because they assume you're not good because you're a woman, or do they actually try to hit on you online? Like, what's the beef?
I mean, I haven't played a lot. I feel like for me personally, it's more that I feel like they're gonna be mean to me, because they're gonna be like, "Oh, girl, I'm gonna murder her right away because she's probably terrible."
Yeah,
which I am, but it's because I don't play shooter games, which partly is because I don't really care about them, but partly is because, it's typically dudes playing it, and so they have more time to play it and get good at it, and then, yeah. But I have Destiny, who used to be on Full Dive Gaming Podcast a few years ago. She played a lot of shooter games, and she would get guys creeping on her and stuff. So that happens.
I feel like it would be hard to do. All you have is maybe at best their gamer tag. What are you
and their voice? If it's one of the ones where you talk and stuff.
What?
Oh yeah,
but what guy was it creeping on us, Adam? Bob Washington.
Who
was it? We played a game sometime with some dude, and then ever since we played with that rando, I would just be randomly playing a game, and it would say you've been added to a party, and some dude would just be talking to me about
dude,
yeah, I'm trying to get a crew together.
You should be ashamed of yourself that you've forgotten Money Williamson.
Money Williamson.
Every time he played Vertigo Home, he was just I loved him. I love that man.
It's not a multiplayer game. He's still trying to crew up with me.
He just wants to watch, man. He just wants to watch. Okay, no, I think that I think that's definitely a fair answer. Why? So that's maybe VR games in general. For the PSVR 2, I mean, you're kind of the specific demographic. You play games, you like VR, and yet you don't play much PSVR 2. Why is that? Is there something about the hardware? Is it about the marketing? Is it just the games? there aren't many you want to play? And could you mention, like, do you think that's a you thing, or is that like maybe a female demographic thing?
I think a lot of it, like, I don't think a lot, and I don't want to be too, I shouldn't even worry. No women listen to this podcast. So
that's actually probably true.
So I don't need to worry about saying like, oh, women are not a monolith and this is just my opinion, blah, blah. Like, I would say that, like, part of it is you have to have a PS5, which I don't know that, I think more women probably are getting like the Nintendo Switch because it has more games that maybe appeal more to women, like Zelda and like Pokemon and other stuff like that. That's not just like shooter games and stuff. And I feel like PlayStation is usually more like shooter games and like it. I loved PlayStation. I had it as a kid, but I played like Spyro and that was like it. And I remember going like to the game store and being like, I don't care about like any of these games. Like 80% of them, I'm like, I hate them. And so I think maybe women might be less likely to get a PS5. And then you have to get, the PlayStation VR2 on top of it. And also, so there's that part. And then it's also like, I have a Quest 3. It's just easier. Like I mean, I guess it's not easier to put on, but like you don't have the cord, which I always was like, like, don't hate on the cord because I was very like PSVR, and don't be a hater about the cord because it's a better like experience. But the Quest 3 is really good. And so like, and I'm really sad to say PSVR 2 really has a bad not screen door effect. What is the thing?
Mura?
Yes, the Mura. It's pretty bad. Like,
I don't even know. I still don't know. I tried finding it and I couldn't find it. Maybe I just
do you have a Quest?
Yeah.
Do you have Quest 2?
Yeah.
Still though, the Quest 2 doesn't really have Mura. Like, if you play dark games, like, did you play Vampire the Masquerade?
No, I haven't, but we'll talk about that.
It's very prevalent in that game, but it still was really good. Like, it looks so good besides the Mura, but I just could not get past it because when it's like a dark game, you really notice it. So that's a thing. And also like, and this is just for VR in general, and maybe it's partially a woman thing, but like, I don't feel like I'm connecting with others. Like, it doesn't feel like a social thing. Like it does if you're playing like walkabout mini golf or things like that. But like, you're not interacting with other people in your physical space. And that usually makes me less likely to want to play even just VR in general. Unless I've like set up a time to like play walkabout mini golf or one of those games that you play with other people. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's interesting because for the most part, I've gotten away from multiplayer games. Like, I don't want to play all the games you go. It's a freaking Rec Room, these little kids. Zenith has little kids. The people who want to play freaking Demio, I'll just say it, are boring. I hate that game.
Demio is the best. It's so
garbage.
It's
hot
so
garbage. And then like tennis on court, you don't have to talk to the people. I don't know. I guess it depends on how you use games, and maybe you are social, so that's what you want. When I play a game, it's when I almost like relaxation. I just got through work. I want time where I can just sit there, don't have to F with anybody, and do, whatever it is. I will admit, I do think there's a limit on the number of shooters that should exist. They're my favorite. I think it also is interesting that the demographics, I don't know if each distributor or manufacturer like tends to specifically on purpose, but like Xbox to me, and you probably know this better than I do even, Alex, they seem like the shooters. Like, they've got friggin' like nothing but Call of Duty and Halo. And then PlayStation has like, I feel like this Final Fantasy and like
Yeah.
The Last of Us, like more kind of
True.
adult in
Yeah.
like just adult games, and then Nintendo has the broader like kids cutesy games. I mean, Zelda certainly isn't cutesy, but it's it's not The Last of Us. It's not Final Fantasy. It's
More
like
chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. And like I think too, like I feel like there's not as many VR games that are just chill. Like you say you like to play stuff to like do something
Yeah,
fun
relax,
after work or whatever
unwind.
to
Yeah.
relax. And like I feel like jumping into a VR game, like it's gonna be like I don't usually sit when I play VR, so I'm like standing, I'm moving around. Usually it's like kind of intense. Sometimes, and PSVR2 I've noticed too makes me a little more sick than Quest. Like it's just some barriers to entry, and it's not necessarily just like fun, but you know what would be just fun? Astrobot 2. And I would play.
All right. I think the reason you might be feeling sick more often is because you're sharing a PSVR2 headset with NatBratt, and he's probably been wearing it for a little bit.
He's sneezing on it.
Sweating in it, playing Beat Saber, stuff like that. Let me close out this segment, and we'll come into segment 2. So that was Adam and I. We had some questions for you. Segment 2, we got some listener questions for you to hit you up with.
Woo!
All right? So, everybody, we will see you after the break.
Stick around.
We're back with PlayPSVR2, the podcast. And of course, we got NatBratt with us. Wonderful first segment. And we still got a lot more to go, Nat. I want one more, just like, again, the second time I went back to my last girlfriend. Give me just one more chance after this. This isn't, I guess it's female related. What is the German word for a bra?
Brazier?
Stop
That's
them
probably
from
French.
flopping.
Oh my god.
Do you get it? Stop them from flopping.
A stopping from flopping.
Oh.
Yeah. Haben, haben. I can't make you laugh. I don't. Maybe I just need to be like dirty and be a dirty old perverted man, and maybe then you'll laugh.
Okay.
I'm
Do that
trying
now.
to respect the women of the podcast and not be too grotesque and filthy. But do you think my
Nat.
mom jokes are funny when I say Alex's mom jokes?
I mean, I laugh at those. Just do those.
Dang.
Just make jokes about my mother. On Valentine's Day, of all days.
Hey, 1-800-FLOWERS saved me on Valentine's Day because I couldn't get there because your dad was courting your mom. Anyhow, here's the thing. We got more questions. And so those are the questions we kind of had for you. But then on X, as you call it, there's some listener questions that we need to dive into this. All right. So here's a good one. So what is more impressive? A man who is good at Synth Riders or a man that's good at Beat Saber?
Oh, that's a good question.
And don't let the fact that NatBratt is like a Beat Saber expert skew your answer.
It was going to skew my answer. That's why I'm taking forever to answer. Because I'm
NatBratt, take off the headphones. There you go. You're good. You're in the clear.
My ear. Oh no.
Oh, she's got little bunny ears on her headphones. One of them was tucked down into your skull.
If they had those for the PSVR2, would you play PSVR2? You could put little ears on the. I guess it doesn't go over your head, so it wouldn't work.
Okay, this is Okay. I'm gonna try and think while I fix my little ear
So,
thing.
so my reasoning is like Synth Riders is better because it's more of a full body movement, but Beat Saber is a bit more aggressive. And
True.
so, from my perspective, it's like one is like this guy's a better dancer, and the other one is like this guy's more of a powerhouse. And I guess which one is more impressive to a woman?
I was kind of thinking Synth Riders because like Beat Saber is more about speed
Mhm.
and like speediness is not always the most impressive thing.
Yep. Take a note, J Brat. Gotcha, buddy.
Boom!
Gotcha. Boom.
Get some, JB.
Oh no.
Very nice. All
All
right,
right, next
Alex,
next
you think?
question. As a person who plays a lot of VR, this question came in good. It's one that I need to know the answer to. What's a good couples game to play in VR?
Hmm. In VR.
Yeah,
A
because I
couples
assume
game.
I assume you play VR games with J Brat often.
Um, we play like Demio or like
See, Adam,
Walkabout.
Adam. So walkabout, I think, is a great
Demio
answer.
Demio is a good one though because you have to work together and like communicate.
Yeah, you do. You got to do the same to put together Rat Trap to play the game too. Doesn't mean it's a great game. Both of them suck. Next.
Walkabout? Are you saying Walkabout
Oh no,
sucks?
I was talking about Demio. No, Walkabout's fine.
Walkabout is great and Demio is great.
Okay, how about
Did
something like I know you haven't played this. I'm sure something like Seeker in My Shadow, where one person can have a controller looking at the TV screen and they're manipulating some pieces of the puzzle while the person in VR is controlling the in-game character, and you got to like time it up. Like is that too much? Did you ever play like what is it? Keep
keep
talking
talking
or
to
no
no
one
one? Yeah.
explodes or something
Yes,
like
I
that.
was just gonna say that.
Okay.
That is an amazing game. Oh my gosh. Get to get like a group of friends together that are like couples and have them play that game and see how bad their relationship
Yep,
is.
that's it. I was just gonna say that's what
Oh,
you play to find out if this relationship is heading for Splitsville or not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great game because sometimes like you think like people seem really good together or whatever, and then they play keep talking and nobody explodes, they're like screaming at each other. It's like
but I mean, in reality, that's not really a true. Like you
it
could be
kind of is.
compatible with someone, but she could just be bad at communicating that game, right? So,
But it's about how you react. Because
Yeah.
it's
How you
like,
react to bad
are you going to
communication.
be mad at her just because she doesn't know your
oh,
terrible
okay.
descriptions of things?
I
Are you
guess
going to be
that.
patient?
Okay. True. Okay,
It,
that's
and
probably accurate. Yeah.
imagine your friend puts on the headset and his significant other's reading the instructions and he's just like, "No, you stupid idiot, I already did that." Then you know,
Yeah.
hey, these guys maybe are not gonna last very long.
Do you think a couple has broken up because of a situation like you said that happened in VR, a VR game?
Maybe.
I wouldn't say they've broken up, but I would say that it could be a straw that broke a camel's back because a game like that would bubble up any resentment that you have lingering
True.
for the other, and
Mm.
it would hey, it'd be therapeutic. It would open that line of discussion
Mm.
after the party. They'd be like, "You were so terrible at that game. Well, you were so awful about talking to me. How do you talk to me that way? I wish it was a bomb in there. I wish it wasn't even a VR game. I wish it was a real bomb in there, and I give you the wrong instructions. And then I'd get with your brother instead.
VR as therapy.
That's
We
couples therapy. I think
Yeah.
Walkabout's more in that vein. VR Walkabout's couples therapy because it's competitive,
It's
but how
nice.
competitive is putt putt? Hey, I found you a
I
new
don't
ball.
I don't know. I don't know.
All right. Moving it on. Move it forward. Move it forward. So this listener wonders. They say they spend a lot of time crafting the perfect VR avatar. I guess for something like VR chat or maybe any of these social games. What matters more, my how my VR avatar looks or how I look in real life? I guess for like prospective dating.
Probably how, I mean, I guess it depends. Is this going to be a VR relationship? Because if it's a VR relationship, then probably the avatar. But if you're going to like meet up in real life, then how you look in real life probably also matters.
What's a VR relationship? Now you got me wondering.
What?
Do
You
people
haven't
have
heard
VR
of this?
relationship? I've not heard of it.
Can I have one of these? I could have had a
You
Valentine's
could.
date and I didn't even know it.
Yeah. Yeah. People like there was a documentary actually that was about it was mostly about VR chat, but it was like people that just have relationships and they are just meet up in VR chat and that's like their whole like people get married in VR chat and stuff.
That's called like just simply like you're playing games with someone. Like that's not a relationship.
I mean, Adam and I have a VR relationship.
Me and Raul have a VR relationship.
It's like back in the day when people had like okay, my best friend growing up was a super like computer game nerd and she had her like computer game boyfriends. Like it's just the next iteration of that.
Am I allowed to, as somebody who's married and has a real relationship, am I allowed to have a VR relationship with a separate person and not have to report that
I
to
mean,
my?
that's between you and your wife.
Who's your VR boyfriend that's not JBrat?
I don't have one. Oh, actually,
Uh-oh.
here he is.
Oh, Astro. Okay.
It's
I think
Astro.
he's missing you. Yeah, because you won't put on your VR headset, your PSVR.
Oh, I I would if they would make if they would make Astrobot 2.
So your relationship
would
is
visit him.
contingent on a third party developing software to
It
supplement that
is.
relationship. Okay.
That's
really
a pretty weak relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. Not to
True.
cast aspersions on VR relationships, but it hinges on the development of somebody developing software.
Something that
Then you
Astro
Not a solid
can't
fan.
even handle himself. I mean that's
I think she wants a relationship with Astro because she can fully control him. Jay Brad, be on the lookout, man.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Be
we
on
just
the lookout.
exposed.
Oh
Oh,
man.
you feel exposed,
See,
Nat?
VR is therapy. This is part of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Adam, hit us up with the next question.
yeah, this is a perfect segue. Speaking of exposing oneself, I mean, don't get too far down the rabbit hole. It's okay. So, I just purchased an infrared sauna, and how long after I meet somebody can I ask her to come back to get in the sauna with me?
I mean, do you have to be naked in the sauna?
There's
can
no
you-
elaboration there, but most saunas I've been to, they're dry saunas. You can keep your clothes on.
Okay. I mean, I feel like the infrared saunas are like kind of a like trendy thing. Like just
Okay,
find that girl at the
Jay
coffee
Blatt on the
shop.
second date was like, "Hey, come back to my place to hit the sauna." Is that too soon? Like when?
I mean, he's pretty charming. I'd probably be like, okay. But if you don't have that kind of swagger, it might not
I think this is
work out
a
as
person
well.
a person asking for sauna in lieu of swagger. Like I know I don't have the swagger, but maybe the sauna is gonna bring me that swagger.
I mean, you really got to say it right because if you say it in a certain way, it might sound
How about this?
scary.
Hey, nice body. Want to put it in my sauna?
I would not lead with that. There's the snort laugh Adam was looking for earlier.
Oh, I'm gonna do that. Good.
Okay, you have to do that and report back, Adam.
Record it as a YouTube short, Adam. It'll be number 2 behind you cleaning the move balls with your mouth.
Still hundreds of views a week. It's ridiculous how people keep watching that. Every time I go to YouTube, it's just like, "Cuz you nasty." I can't believe Cuz did that. Oh, I mean, it's insane. Wow. Okay, so moving on, Alex. We got some more questions.
Yeah. So this one came from a listener. They said, my husband played Rez and said it was boring. Do you know of any good divorce attorneys? Do you?
I don't.
You don't? I guess it depends highly. Do you think that's grounds for a separation? I don't even think it'd be
I
no
think
fault,
I
personally.
think it's grounds for a separation if someone likes Res Infinite.
How
Because
do you close the podcast? Where's the button to?
Yeah, where's end recording? I mean, absolute. How can you look at this Arby's roast beef man and say, you suck and your game is garbage, and everyone who loves you, I don't want to love them back? You should feel ashamed of yourself.
Adam,
maybe that's how you decide if you're compatible with someone, because NatBratt and I both do not like Res Infinite.
Like, I am just it's one thing not to like it as much as us, but to not like it at all. Have you played Area X?
I think so.
have you ever played VR before, NatBratt?
She hasn't played it, because if you played it, you would remember. It's like giving birth to your first child. Something
It's like
you don't forget.
It's like giving birth through your mind.
Yes.
In VR. You don't forget it.
I just do not get the hype. I really don't.
Because you probably haven't played Area X. That's
Isn't
the
it
whole
just
thing.
like Res Infinite?
No. It says, NatBratt, this is actually a bit shameful. It says more about you than it does about Res Infinite, that you don't like it. So,
And what I feel bad, I'm glad this is the second segment. You've lost all credibility. Everybody listening is like,
That's true.
yeah. Adam, do you have any other question before I jump into this next one?
Here's what you do. You find a swinging chair that you can hang from the door frame, or you can hang from, I don't know, a lamp, or even the ceiling. You strap in prone, and you have NatBratt put the headset on, and you go through Area X. And if you come out the other side the same woman, you've got effing problems. Go straight to the psychologist, and the therapist, and the marriage counselor, because you got some problems.
Is Area X on PSVR2?
Yeah. It's also on the Quest if you need it on your Quest.
Eye tracking and haptic feedback and head rumble.
Okay, maybe I didn't play it yet. Was it on PSVR1?
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Okay, I feel like I did play it like a long time ago, and it was what is it like the same concept as Res Infinite? Like you're like flying around.
I mean, you're still the Arby's roast beef man, but you actually move. It's not as linear. The music is better. The graphics are better. The ending is just like you convulse.
You feel like you're in a sauna. You feel like you're in an Adam sauna, which vibrates for some reason.
Well,
I'll revisit it because it's
only if you're naked it vibrates.
All right, last question here. This they didn't leave their name. This is from a listener. Hey Nat, longtime listener, first time emailer. I recently interviewed for a co-CEO position with a colleague of mine. When we got there, I saw that he had reserved a hotel room with only one bed and insisted we both sleep in the nude because it was too hot. Should I disclose this to my wife, even though I don't remember anything happening?
What is this? Who was this? Oh my gosh. This is
this so I guess like
you have to answer.
This person needs to go file a police report.
Why?
But this person doesn't remember anything happening.
Exactly.
And this
they fell asleep and they just don't,
or they were drugged.
But it was for a co-CEO position. Like they were going to be one of the two CEOs if they got the job together. And the room was too hot. And they traveled to San Diego. And they both loved the PSVR2.
What is happening?
And the person didn't even remember anything. So where are they going to go? Go to the police? So, I don't remember anything. Will you arrest them?
I think the question is, does this person, okay, I'm speaking as this person, do I have to tell my wife that this happened?
I mean, probably would be a good idea.
I don't think this person's going to. I don't think this person's going to tell his wife.
was this?
I feel like they would have already done it. They would have already told the wife. If they're emailing asking Nat, I mean, they're desperate, or they're just not gonna. They're not gonna.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Nat, for
This
answering these
podcast.
listener questions. We'll have to get you back on when we accumulate some more of these. I'm sure they're going to
Yeah.
generate more, so we'll have a sequel.
We could
to this.
have. You could just have like a segment every once in a while that it's Ask NatBratt.
Ask Nat.
Oh,
Let her field the
Ask
questions.
Nat.
Let her balance out the raw and admittedly sexual masculinity of this podcast.
we are very masculine. I will.
And sexual.
And sexual, yes. It'll give me time to come up with some more jokes that maybe you'll laugh at too.
maybe finally a metaphor. I got metaphors ready. Here's a Chat GPT metaphors because Adam wasn't going to give us any.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
This says ideas are fireflies in a dark forest.
Ooh,
isn't that good? That's a good
That's
one.
garbage. What does that even mean?
It means that they're everywhere. They illuminate the darkness. And they're sporadic and fleeting, and they're also ubiquitous. So it's not like they're rare.
Will you read that again? Sorry.
Ideas are fireflies in a dark forest.
The only thing they didn't do is they didn't add the word like. That you can add the word like in there, and it's exactly the same.
No.
How about this one? Time is a relentless sculptor.
Ooh,
I feel like you can almost just do noun is an adjective. Noun, and it would be like every metaphor is going to sound fancy if you put that adjective in front of it.
The thing is, I mean, that is a good one, but that sounds too good. I feel like that's a metaphor, and they just gave it to you, like not that it made that.
I said, well, it said that these are 3 original metaphors. I said, come up with 3 brand new metaphors. Google time is a relentless sculptor, Adam. Here's the third one. Hope is a sunrise on a winter morning, which seems a bit too on the nose to me.
Yeah, that's not.
Was it time is a perpetual
relentless sculptor?
Time is a relentless sculptor.
That's so poetic. ChatGPT, have ChatGPT write a love poem, a love sonnet.
I said, give me a metaphor about a PSVR2 podcast host. It says,
Ooh.
A PSVR2 podcast host is a digital age storyteller weaving virtual worlds. That's stupid. That's just
bad.
Well,
smoke up my butt.
What do you know? First thing on Ask Jeeves, Sasha Paiskov's on X. Time is a relentless sculptor. And then it actually goes on. Time is a relentless sculptor, shapes our being, yet in its embrace we find the artistry of our essence.
Is this like from a poem?
Adam has never read a poem in his life, so I don't want to break.
I don't know. It's just like a post the dude put.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Dude's just asking ChatGPT to write his Twitter.
Yeah.
his tweets.
I don't think so. I think your ChatGPT that you paid for like an effing sucker screwed you. Now, here's the thing. You admit you haven't played a whole lot of PSVR2, and I'm just not going to take that for an answer. So I'm going to convince you to play more PSVR2, overcome the obstacles that I do feel are very real. I agree with those that you mentioned. I hate the cord. The mirror effect, I don't even see that, so I don't know what that is. I know Shape Dogs also complained about it, but I think you guys are graphic snobs or something. I don't know what to tell you. And you didn't even mention the fact that it's ungodly uncomfortable, which blows my mind. That's easily the worst thing about the headset.
You know, coming from Quest, it's more comfortable than Quest.
It can't be. It can't be.
Are you putting it on right? Do you have it on like the base of your skull?
Do you see Adam's head? No wonder. Just a basic baseball hat's uncomfortable for Adam.
When I first put it on, I thought it was really uncomfortable, but you just gotta pull it down farther.
Bruh, I spent hours in this thing. I tried not only the Studio Form Creative head strap, I also had the globular cluster, which is a cluster of a. That's probably it has a negative connotation. It's incredible. It is incredible, and it's still barely playable. I play Synapse, and I barely make it through 2 hours before I'm wanting to chop my head off. It is the most uncomfortable headset I've ever worn in my life.
With Quest, if you go with like the stock head strap, You can play for like 20 minutes and then you're like, oh god.
That is, I can't fathom. How do you play that? Anyhow, here's the thing. Okay, so you don't want a shooter. I'm not going to, suggest those. You want something with story. You want chill, and I feel like you like the social aspect of the game. So I'm going to look at kind of those as is Alex, of course. Alex, do you got an immediate game right off the bat you want to throw her way?
Yeah, so I don't know. Did you introduce this segment, Adam? We're convincing you, Nat, to play PSVR2 more. Okay. So what we're doing this right out of the gate, chill game, good game, PSVR2 game, kayak, VR, Mirage.
Okay.
It's chill. You can sit down, relax. You get the beautiful scenery. You get to enjoy, and then you can get as vigorous as you want, but you're just hanging out in these cool locations in a kayak. Have you tried that yet?
I haven't, but I really liked the beginning of Horizon blah blah blah.
Call of the Mountain, yeah.
Yes. And it was in like a kayak thing. So
yeah. Now you control the kayak.
Nice.
So you should play that one. Adam, I have more. I can keep going on this, but you can drop one.
I'm gonna say Garden of the Sea.
Damn it, that was mine, yeah.
Yep. It looks fairly therapeutic. It's got that cute not physique, whatever that cuteness that you kind of like in maybe a Pal World or a Pokemon or something like that. Okay. There is no social aspect to it. However, it looks like a game I think you might enjoy. It gives you achievable goals, so you feel accomplished when you're finished. You're constantly working and progressing towards something, and nothing to do with shooters. I think you might like that.
That does sound good. I haven't even heard of that one.
Well, you should, because it's really good. It feels a little bit like Animal Crossing type vibes, but not quite as involved as Animal Crossing. But that's the downside is I think that's also on the Quest. But I recommend it for the PSVR too, so you get that full fidelity, the full relaxation. If you're taking a slow paced game, you want the best graphics you can get out of that. So I recommend that one. The next one I recommend, this is a PSVR exclusive. I just had it. Which one was it? Oh, Humanity. Do you like puzzles?
Yeah.
You like puzzle games?
Yeah.
This is a puzzle game that will strike an emotional chord with you.
Ooh.
Humanity. So it's like, you ever play that game Lemmings, where you have to direct the little guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is like that, but kind of the aesthetic of something like Rez. So it's a bit more abstract, but there's people walking around, and you're a little dog that has to guide them to safety. See,
a dog.
There you go. Yep.
Aww.
There you go. You're already sold on it. So you can also play it flat mode, but I recommend it in VR to get the full experience.
Ew,
so
flat mode.
Who even has a TV? Who even needs one?
It's also free for PlayStation Plus, which I know you guys have. But Alex hasn't even completed the game, the friggin' idiot. It's good. Like, I want to play it again. Like, it's good. And the music that goes with it, I listen to while I work. It's really chill and relaxing. It's like if you went to an infrared sauna, that's the music that is playing, but you're solving puzzles, and it's so cool. Really, it will blow your nips off. Just be prepared. So the next game I want to suggest is one that NatBratt's probably played, a VR Skater. So
I don't think he has.
Wow. Well, he needs to play it in PSVR2. It's really good. And the reason I suggest this is you're skating. It's pretty realistic. It's rather difficult, but that adds the challenge. And when you achieve a run, or even in the beginning, just one simple move, you feel accomplished. But what's really great about it is you have like maybe I don't remember, a 2-minute run. All right. So they have like a stretch of a school or a sidewalk or a industrial plant. There's like one level that's 2 minutes long. You could go on there, do some cool moves, do your 2-minute run, and then give it to NatBratt, give it to Destiny, give it to any other of your friends, and you could take turns, and that just boosts the socialism aspect of it. You're cheering from each other. You're motivated to like be better because I want to beat NatBratt. I want to get a higher score. I want to do a double ollie, sniff my crotch, kick flip, or whatever they call it. So It's something to check out. Very good game.
Okay, cool.
I think that's it. I'm trying to avoid the games that are also on Quest. Oh, I know one that you could play. Here's a PSVR2 game you can play, especially for like relationship things too. Is you can play Switchback VR. It's a sequel to Rush of Blood.
I've played some of it. Yeah.
And what's great about that is you'll play it and it'll make you not want to play VR and it'll make you want to go do something with your significant other than play VR because the game is so assy.
I was so sad because I loved. Why can't I can never think of names? You know, the first one.
Rush of Blood.
Rush of Blood was so good.
So good.
I was so excited for Switchback. And it was like, it's okay, but like very it wasn't what I hoped.
It was very muted. It lacked the soul, right? They had mechanics down. It lacked the soul.
I mean, more than anything, I think you should go back and play more Synapse. I mean, if you don't like that, you're
let it track your
eyes.
It
was really good. I just haven't gone back. And I was even like, I played like a bit of it and I was like, I have to come back and play this game. It's so good. And then I didn't.
Don't pull an Alex. Actually finish a game, all right?
Yeah, I need to do that.
Yeah.
I need to not be like Alex.
Exactly. No one needs to be like Alex. It's a freaking travesty.
You guys, can you send me this list? Because I've already forgotten what all these games are called.
It's going to be on the podcast. I guess then you'd have to download it and listen to the whole podcast just to get the list. Yeah.
That's who wants to do that, right? Who wants to listen to this podcast, right?
Yeah.
I'll listen to it. I'll watch it on YouTube so I can be like, look at me.
I expect that exact comment.
I actually watch all of our episodes on YouTube in a loop, but muted, just so I can watch myself.
He blocks me out on the computer. He just puts a piece of paper over me, and he just sits and watches.
Just sitting there watching myself talk.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's really weird. But, you know, whatever. Alex, I feel like we don't have enough time for the sales, probably, right?
Okay, all right. I mean, we got we can do lightning round. Rapid fire.
You don't even know the games, though. You're not gonna know.
And well, that's great. She can tell us yes or no. All right, NatBratt, real quick. Jurassic World Aftermath for $11.99. Yes or no?
No, I hate Jurassic World.
Waltz of the Wizard for $7.99.
Yes.
Okay. A Fisherman's Tale for $7.49.
Yes.
Dyschronia Episode 2 for $9.99.
Sure.
All right. Unplugged Air Guitar $12.49.
No.
Galaxy Kart VR $9.99.
No.
Moss $10.99.
I guess.
Ragnarok $14.99. This is that Viking drum game.
No.
The Last Clockwinder $14.99.
No.
You record yourself doing tasks with robot. Okay. Switchback for $23.99.
No.
Hubris for $17.99.
Yes.
All right. Behind the Frame VR $11.99.
Yes.
Puzzling Places Dracula's Dinner Halloween Special Edition for $11.99.
Yes.
Dude, I'm gonna buy that. Are you serious?
That does sound good. Yeah. Journey to Foundation $23.99.
No.
What the Bat for $14.99.
Yeah.
Is that good? Have you played that? Oh.
No. I'm totally joking.
What about Then VR Adventure? This is like a knockoff Astrobot for $11.99.
I guess.
Okay. Tentacular for $16.24.
No.
Ruins Magus Complete for $19.49.
Maybe.
Timus on Court $22.74.
No.
Moss Book 2 for $12.99.
Yes.
Not for Broadcast VR for $16.24.
No.
VR Skater for $22.74.
Yes.
Trip Meditation Game $39.99.
No.
Suicide Guy VR Deluxe Edition $6.79.
Sure.
Last Labyrinth $20.99.
No.
Barbaria $13.99.
No.
Box to the Beat Remix $13.99.
Yes.
Pixel Rip 1978 $17.49.
Yes.
All right. See, there you go. Those are good.
Pixel Ripped is really good.
Yeah, one-timers, but they're good. Paper Beast Enhanced Edition $17.49.
Yes.
2MD Football Unleashed $10.49.
No.
Pixel Rip 1995 $13.99.
Yes.
Propagation Paradise Hotel $13.99.
No.
How many are there?
We're almost done. Tales of Onogoro $24.49.
No.
Another Fisherman's Tale, $13.99.
Yes.
Red Matter 2, $20.99.
Yes.
Pistol Whip, $20.99.
Yes.
Kizuna AI Touch the Beat, $24.49.
No.
Toss, $13.99.
No.
Before Your Eyes, $11.24.
Yes.
Synapse, $27.99.
Yes.
And then the Ghostbusters game for $29.99.
No.
All right, and then we are good. That is it. Adam, you got any last words?
I don't.
NatBratt, you got any last words? Want to pitch yourself one more time?
Oh, I want to say, because I thought we were going to talk about what Quest games I would want to come to PSVR 2.
Give them a shout out, yeah.
And okay, I have to say, because I keep bringing this game up all the time, Pop Quest Adventure, which is on the App Lab on Quest, and it's just this dude that made this game, and it's delightful, and you're like in a balloon world, and you're using your little gun thing, and it's not a shooter. It's like guns like that have little push pins, and
Dart
you're popping
guns.
balloons, and it's amazing. And anyone that has Quest needs to download that game because it's so good. And if it came to PSVR 2, I would play it.
Would you buy it is a question.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Sorry, we're running out of time. I'm going to close this bad boy out. Thank you so much, Nat, the lovely NatBratt. Thank you for joining us. Listen to her on the Full Dive Gaming Podcast. Is that it? Full Dive VR? There we go.
Full Dive Gaming Podcast.
Full Dive Gaming Podcast. Adam, thank you for entertaining us with your metaphors. Listeners, hit us up, contact@playpsvr.com, or hit us up on YouTube. We are at Gaming Is in Session. Thank you so much. And happy Valentine's Day to all the lovers out there and all the single people too. We love you all, and we will see you next week.
Or next month.
Whammoo!